Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be looking at prepayment penalties. Before I begin, please consider liking and subscribing, and let's get right into it. So I found this interesting article on prepayment penalties from US News, and basically it explains prepayment penalty in a very short and clear, precise way. I'm talking about prepayment penalties for mortgages. There are other prepayment penalties for, let's say, if you are financing a car, but this one we're gonna be looking at prepayment penalties specifically for mortgages. So a prepayment penalty is a fee that the mortgage lender might charge you when you pay your home early. So why would they do that? Like paying off a mortgage early, let's say you had a 30-year mortgage and you decide to pay it off early, that sounds good, right? In theory it is good because you paid off the debt early, but for the mortgage lender it's not good because the mortgage lender gets money through the interest that they charge you. So if they give you a $300,000 loan and you pay back exactly the 300,000, they won't really be earning all the interest that they would have accumulated in the 30 years. You would have ended up paying way more money, so they end up losing money. So the mortgage lenders, they charge you this fee. It's like a penalty for trying for cutting off the extra money they would have gotten in the future. So that's what really a prepayment penalty is. It's like a fine that the mortgage lender will give you if you pay off your debt early. So uh, let's see. Some of these penalties gonna apply on if you pay off the balance of your loan, or if you decide to refinance your existing loan and try to take on a new loan. Let's look at that scenario real quick. Let's say you got a house, same $300,000 house. You got the house and it was at 7%. But then all of a sudden something happens. The interest rates in the market drop, and now you want to refinance the house at 4%. Now the lender gave you money at 7%. So if you refinance at 4%, they will be losing money. So they have to hit you with this fee so that they could get the amount of money that they would have been getting before you refinance. So that's one of the disadvantages of having a prepayment penalty. Like if let's something happens, like the interest rate drops, if you want to refinance and your lender was charging prepayment penalties, it might prevent you. If you're not willing to pay that penalty, you'll have to wait. Now these prepayment penalties, they range in years. Most lenders, they charge like can be a year, 2 years, or 3 years. I've never seen more than 3 years, but they charge you like if what that means is if you pay off their mortgage within the first 3 years, you're gonna get a penalty. Or if you pay off mortgage the first year, you get a penalty. It depends on the type of prepayment penalty they attach to your loan. So the repayment also applies if you sell your home and pay off the loan with the proceeds. Now the lenders do like to charge this penalty, like I already explained before, because of they want to get the money that they feel they are owed for lending you that mortgage. Now, this prepayment penalty does not apply to all loans. Government loans like FHA, VA, USDA, those ones do not have prepayment penalties. Prepayment penalties, I've seen it mostly in conventional loans like the jumbo loans. Those ones, they do attach those prepayment penalties in some, but government loans are exempt from this. They don't give you prepayment penalties. So if you have an FHA loan, VA, or USDA, you don't have to worry about the prepayment penalties. you'll have to worry about, I don't know, homeowners insurance and others for the rest of the term. Okay, so now what next? Let's look at how does the prepayment penalty work. I think I've already covered that really from the article. Like if it's for example like a 3 year, it's a 30-year mortgage and you pay it off within the first 3 years, you're gonna be hit with a penalty, and it normally goes by the percentage. They do charge like a percentage of the interest rates for a couple of months. So let's say you had uh, they had a good example in this article down here. um, yeah, right here, prepayment penalty example. Let's say you had the 300,000, and if your loan has 1% prepayment penalty in the loan's second year, this is like a 2-year prepayment, the lender will hit you with a $3,000 fee. So that's an example of it. So let's look at the types of prepayment penalty. The types are, you have hard prepayment penalty. This one, you are charged regardless of the reason. So whatever the reason is, I don't know, you want to refinance or you just want to pay off the whole mortgage, you get hit with a fee. There is no escaping it. Then there's soft repayment penalty. These ones, they are more lenient, in quotes. They're more lenient in that they give you a one exception. You will not be charged the fee, the prepayment penalty fee, if you sell your home during the period that the prepayment penalty is in effect. That's that's the soft prepayment penalty. But most, they do have this hard prepayment penalty. So it's good to know the exact type of prepayment penalty that you have, just so that you know if there's a way you can avoid it. Speaking of avoiding, let's see the best way to avoid a prepayment penalty. Straightforward for this is to shop for lenders. By this, you're going to have to go to different mortgage lenders and try to look for one mortgage lender that does not charge a prepayment penalty. That is the best and the safest way to avoid. Of course, you have to find out first the type of mortgage you'll be getting. Is it government backed like FHA, VA, or USDA? In that case, you don't have to worry about the prepayment penalty. Or is it gonna be like a conventional type of mortgage? In that case, it's good you go. There are several mortgage lenders. Look and find out, do they charge a prepayment penalty? Especially if you feel or you think you might end up paying the mortgage early within the first 3 years. I've never seen more than 3 years prepayment penalty, but maybe some lenders do charge it, but I've never seen it personally. So talk to your whoever's helping you find the house, or do your own research. Try to see if you can avoid this fee. If your lender charges this prepayment penalty, try to look for another lender in the process of buying a home. It's a very stressful process, but you can do it. So that's all I had for today. Please consider liking and subscribing, and I will see you on the next one.